So we have learned about how we can change the color of the text and also the font size of the text as well, a little bit extra. So now we will be learning about the background color, how we can change the background color of an element. So let's get started. To do so, what I'll do, I'll go to the index.html and then right click, open with live server. I'll open that and I will move that to another workspace and I will zoom. So in this page, we just have this H2, which is unstyled right now. So let's style that. So let's go to the code editor and here we have this H2. So let's go to the CSS and after the H1, let's go to H2 and then do background color to something like, let's do yeah, something like blue violet. Okay, and then hit save and go to the browser. Okay, so we have the background color changed to blue violet, and notice that the color is stretching across the page because H2 is a block level element. If there was some sort of an inline element, so the color or the background color basically will not be stretching across the page. I can show it to you as well. So let's go to the code editor here and let's change the color to white, right, and go to the browser. Okay, now it is looking a little bit better. But for some reason, what I want to do, basically, I want to have this heading text, this subheading text to be a little bit different color, something like orange or something like that. So how I can do that? Like basically the background color of that, right? So how I can do that? So to do that, what I can do is basically go to here. Here is our H2 and here is the subheading, right? So inside of that, remember we have the span element, span, and here I will just cut inside of that and then paste it out here. Okay, go to the browser. Nothing has changed. Okay, now go to the code editor here and here let's do a little bit more advanced selection. Okay, inside of the CSS, let's style the span. So do span and then inside of that we can do background color to something like this. This just came into the autocomplete. Okay, just save and then if I go to here, so as you can see, the span element here has the background color of that particular color, which I forgot. So let's go to the code editor, which is caded blue. Okay, so this is the color which that span element had. And also remember that this is not stretching across the screen because the span element is the inline element. Okay, and a little bit quick tip about this selection. So here, if we have multiple spans, let's do one. For example, inside of this paragraph span, and then do something like this, cut and paste it here. Okay, and if we go to the browser, so this span is also have the background color of that caded blue, but I don't want to do that, right? So I just want to have this span of that particular background color. I don't want to affect other spans. So how I can do that? We can do that by selecting that particular span. So this particular span is inside of the H2, right? The heading to element. Okay, so inside of that, so before this span, and I will just change the color of something like red or orange red, right? Okay, and before this span, what I'll do, I'll just do h2, and then I will do this greater than symbol, which means, hey, select only the particular span which is inside of the h2 element. So if I just save and go to here, as you can see, this paragraph span is not selected, but this heading span is selected, and that is why the background color is changed. But here, if we go to the code editor, and if we have multiple of h2 with multiple of spans, everything will be working there as well. So here, these two heading spans have the same background color. Alright, so this is basically the background color in CSS. We will be covering much more in the upcoming videos. Alright.